Good morning. Today is June the 11th of 2024, and this is our regularly scheduled monthly meeting of the Alabama Public Service Commission. For the record, the public was notified of today's meeting by notice dated May the 1st of 2024. Welcome. Thank you for being with us today. And at this time, if you will please turn your personal devices off or to vibrate, I certainly would appreciate it. And I'll do my best to remind you when the meeting is over to turn them back on. Let me introduce my colleagues today. In place one to my right is Commissioner Jeremy H. Oden, and to my left is in place two is Commissioner Chris Chip Beaker Jr. Today we have a real treat, and that is for the first time in, I believe I was told today, 36 years, Judge Garner is not here today. He had a personal emergency with his father, and he is in North Alabama. And so today we are honored to have Judge Sue Ellen Young with us. And I believe Judge Sue Ellen Young started about the same time as Judge Garner, so she has plenty of experience to be up here on the bench, and we are thrilled to have you today. Below is Mr. Walter Thomas, and he is the Secretary of the Commission. As you all know, it's customary for one commissioner to get to bring in a friend to offer the prayer and the pledge, and today it is definitely my honor. Today I have a dear, precious friend of mine, Carol Hartwell Johnston, and we all just call her Hart, and she is definitely my Hart. Hart is going into the 11th grade at Trinity Presbyterian School here in Montgomery. And for those of you who don't know, she is a great baker. She can cook better than anybody. But she also is a wonderful cheerleader at Trinity. And they just won the Banana Award, which is the big coveted award, when they were in Auburn last week. So that means they had the most spunk and the most cheerleading vibes for the day, but not only is she a fabulous, wonderful person and a member of Trinity Presbyterian Church, but I always say she's like my second daughter. She and my daughter have been best friends since before kindergarten, since they were about a year old. So anyway, today, if you will join me in welcoming Hart Johnston to say the prayer and the pledge.
It's the pretty people now.
Let's bow your heads. Dear God, thank you so much for this beautiful day you've given us. Please do with everyone gathered here today. I pray especially for the leaders present and ask that you give them wisdom to make decisions that will glorify you. I pray that you will send everyone home safely from here. In Jesus' name, amen. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. That was a real treat for me since my daughter has yet to be willing to come up and do it. I was very excited when Hart said she wanted to. Let me just say this weekend is Father's Day, and I have two fathers here on the podium with me, and so I'd like to wish both of you gentlemen a happy Father's Day, and all of you in the crowd today, happy Father's Day. I have a wonderful father and a great example, and am blessed. And so I look forward to celebrating Father's Day this weekend. Next, do I have an approval and the adoption of the minutes from our May the 7th, 2024 meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Kavanaugh.
Yes.
Commissioner Odom.
Yes.
Commissioner Beaker.
Yes.
With there being no old business to bring before the commission, let's move on to the new business here at the commission. We will begin with our Public Service Commission reports, starting with the Utility Services Division represented by Mr. Jeff Johnston, our Division Director.
Morning.
Today I'll be presenting the Utility Services Agenda dated June 4th, 2024. Beginning with Consumer Services Report for electric and gas utilities, Spire, Alabama, and Alabama Power are up slightly compared to past, but it's fairly consistent with where it should be this time of year. Spire Gulf had 1, so they were up 1 from last year. Moving to telecommunications inquiries, for basic service only, we had 1 inquiry. Other retail services, we also had 1 inquiry. Referred inquiries, there were 7, so there were a total of 9 for the month. Moving to the gas agenda, under docket 18046 and 18328, Spire, Alabama, Inc., Division Report on Rate RSE as of April 30, 2024. Based on preliminary figures, the projected RSE return on average common equity for the rate year ending September 30, 2024 was 9.58%. This is within the range. Docket 28101, Spire Gulf, Inc. This is the division report on rate RSE as of April 30, 2024. Based on preliminary figures at point of test, the RSE return on average common equity for the fiscal year ending September 30, 2024 was 10.28%, which was within the authorized range and results in no adjustments to rates. Under docket U4330, Spire, Alabama, Inc., application for approval of an amendment number 3 to the special services agreement between Spire, Alabama, Inc. and Alabama Power. We recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
Kavanaugh.
Yes.
Commissioner Odom.
Yes.
Commissioner Beaker.
Yes.
Moving to the wastewater agenda, under docket 32553, Community Utilities of Alabama, Inc., application for approval of a special services agreement between Community Utilities of Alabama, Inc. and Auburn Legends RV Condominium Association, Inc. We recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
Kavanaugh.
Yes.
Commissioner Odom.
Yes.
Commissioner Beaker.
Yes.
Moving to telecommunications, under interconnection agreements, docket U5466, Level 3 Communications LLC and Milry Telephone Company, Inc. We recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Kavanaugh.
Yes.
Commissioner Odom.
Yes.
Commissioner Beaker.
Yes.
Under amended interconnection agreements, we have 2, and I'll take those 2 together. Docket U5369, Bell South Telecommunications LLC, doing business as AT&T Alabama or AT&T Southeast, and Dish Wireless LLC. Under docket U5417, Level 3 Communications LLC and Valley Telephone Company LLC, doing business as Knology or doing business as WOW Internet, Cable, and Phone. For both, we recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Kavanaugh.
Yes.
Commissioner Odom.
Yes.
Commissioner Beaker.
Yes.
Under cancellations and withdrawals, docket 29551, Benchmark Communications LLC, doing business as Com1.
So moved.
This,
Oh, I thought you were
sorry,
gonna.
no, this is their application to cancel their local exchange and telephone toll resale service and withdrawal tariff. By notice received May 17, 2024, it is no longer providing any services within the state and no customers will be affected. We recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Kavanaugh.
Yes.
Commissioner Holden.
Yes.
Commissioner Baker.
Yes.
The remaining items are for information only and require no action by the commission. So if there are no questions, that concludes my presentation.
Thank you. Next, we have our Gas Pipeline and Safety Division represented by Mr. Jonathan Kimbrell, our Division Director.
Good morning, Commissioners. Today, I'll be presenting the agenda for gas pipeline safety that reflects our June activities that was submitted, our April activities that was submitted on June 4th. During the month of April, we were able to do a total of 45 inspections, utilizing 92 and a half in-person days. The inspections broke down as 16 standard inspections, 7 construction inspections, 4 operator qualifications, 1 public awareness, 1 integrity management, and 16 follow-ups. We were able to perform 1 training with an operator of Coleman Jefferson for 20 personnel to get them trained in plastic fusion qualifications. Of the inspections for the month of April, there were 5 enforcement letters citing 12 non-compliance issues. We were able to correct out 6 standing non-compliance issues from previous months. During the month of April, there were 3 state reportable incidents. 1 was at Coleman Jefferson with the city sewer crew hitting a 2-inch main. No one was injured. It was just a gas loss. 1 was for Spire Gulf. They had damage resulting from a storm that allowed too much odorant to get into the line. The last one is Spire, Alabama. The Birmingham division, the contractor struck a small plastic gas main and did not have a ticket. The rest of the items are miscellaneous and for information only. If y'all have no questions, that's it for gas pipeline safety.
Thank you. Appreciate all your hard work. Next, we have our Utility Enforcement Division represented by Ms. Amanda Sheehan, our Division Director.
Good morning.
Morning.
You have before you the Utility Enforcement Division's agenda dated April 30th, describing the major tasks, inspections, and activities performed during March. First, we will cover the railway safety section. There were a total of 222 defects noted, 75 track defects, and 147 equipment defects, and there were no violations recommended. On page 2, there were 5 incidents reported by the National Response Center. There was a pedestrian strike with unknown injuries, an employee illness that resulted in a fatality, 2 trespasser strikes, and a 7-car derailment. Moving to the motor carrier services section, the vehicle registration numbers, intra-state applications, and insurance filings were routine for the month. As of April 30th, 88% of Alabama carriers have registered for the 2024 UCR. And in April, we had 1 household goods supplement and 1 regular passenger tariff received and accepted. The staff participated in 3 passenger carrier hearings and completed desk audits on 5 household good carriers. Pending any questions, that completes my report.
Thank you. Appreciate all your hard work. Next, we have our Electricity Division represented by Mr. John Free, our Division Director, and Ms. Patricia Smith, our Utility Analyst Manager.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Morning.
You have before you the Electricity Policy Division's agenda dated June 4th, 2024. Ms. Patricia Smith will present the division's monthly update on rates RSC and ECR for Alabama Power Company.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
The first item on our agenda is the division's monthly report on rates RSC and ECR and dockets 18117, 18416, and 18148. Regarding rate RSC, the staff performed its monthly examination of the books and records of Alabama Power Company and determined the reprojected weighted return on average retail common equity was 5.92% for the 12 months ending December 31, 2024. This return is based on 4 months of actual data for January through April 2024 and 8 months of budget data for May through December 2024. For rate ECR, the staff performed the regular monthly review of Alabama Power's energy costs for the month of April 2024 and determined an over-recovery of approximately $15.7 million. Commissioner, this completes the division report on rates RSC and ECR.
Commissioners, pending any questions that you may have, this completes our report this morning.
Thank you.
I've, Mr. Free, I've got one, if that's fine.
Yes, go
Madam
right ahead.
President. Of course, you and I have been in conversations over the FERC order that just was released in 1920, and I know that we're going to be making a statement probably against that. I just wanted to publicly say, I think this is, again, an issue in which this administration has really and truthfully ignored the wishes of the states. And for them to put out a NOPR 2 years ago for the understanding of the transmission and then totally go against right the opposite of what they put out, I think it's just a phenomenal aspect to see something that cross-reference. And so we belong to a national association that had 2 representatives on a task force, and that task force words were totally ignored in that proceeding and that order that come out. So I just want us to make sure that we have that, Madam President, as a thing. Again, I hope that we send the correct statement and ask for a rehearing on this order that come down from the federal side, totally ignoring all the states' rights in this issue. And so I appreciate your hard work on that, and we'll finish that up. So.
That is correct. I can't take all the credit for that hard work. I know we have had several internal discussions with Luke Bentley, Judge Garner, Chad Mason, and they are developing comments, starting with the ones we did in 2021 as a template, and we will be trying to make that June 12th deadline, and they only gave us a 30-day window to make those comments, and so we are working toward that, and we'll be making some requests for rehearing or clarification.
Yeah, and again, that was another issue within the order. Usually they give us 60 days. I think even by law, they're supposed to give us 60 days, and they only gave us a turnaround time of 30. So
1,300-page order.
1,300 pages, and that's correct. Thank you, sir, again. Appreciate it.
Thank you all, appreciate it, and thank you to the legal division also for working with that. And now moving on to the legal division, today represented by Commission Administrative Law Judges Sue Ellen Young, Luke Bentley, and our attorney Chad Mason.
Commissioners, I have 7 items that are non-controversial in nature that I'll take for one vote. That's, if you're good with that. The first is docket 33472. It's the unopposed motor carrier application of Angel Wings Transport, LLC of Birmingham, Alabama, for a certificate to transport passengers. The applicant waived their right to a report and recommended order. A hearing was held and the testimony was taken, and it met the statutory standards for a grant of the authority sought. Recommend a grant. Docket C-20951, petition of Wall Trucking, LLC for approval of cargo self-insurance. Recommend approval. Docket C-20858, petition of Clarence Swift Jr., DBA Swift Enterprises, for reinstatement of motor carrier certificate F-1950, which was revoked due to the petitioner's failure to maintain proper proof of liability and cargo insurance coverage. Recommend a grant. Docket C-20713, petition of International Communication, LLC, DBA C&D Transportation, for reinstatement of motor carrier certificate F-5390, which was revoked due to the petitioner's failure to maintain proper proof of liability and cargo insurance coverage. Recommend a grant and reinstatement. Docket 33119 and C-20928, petition of Proven Transport LLC to suspend operations under motor carrier certificate F-5262 for a period of 1 year. Motor carrier certificate F-5262 was revoked by the Commission order dated May 7th, 2024 due to the petitioner's failure to maintain proper proof of liability and cargo insurance coverage. Recommend a reinstatement of motor carrier certificate F-5262 for the sole purpose of suspending the certificate in good standing and grant a 1-year suspension. Docket 33221, petition of Old Dog Express LLC For cancellation of motor carrier certificate F5318, I recommend a grant of the cancellation as requested. And docket 31474, petition of Melissa Powell, DBA Powell Express, for cancellation of motor carrier certificate F4404. I recommend a grant of the cancellation as requested.
So moved.
Second.
Kavanaugh.
Yes.
Commissioner Odom.
Yes.
Commissioner Beaker.
Yes.
That's all I have at this time.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
I have 5 items on the agenda, and with your permission, I'll present them together for one vote. Starting near the bottom of page 2, under docket C 20902, petition of Hughes Plumbing and Utility Contractors, Inc., to change its company name to Hughes Companies, Inc., and to reinstate motor carrier certificate F5140, which was revoked due to the petitioner's failure to maintain proper proof of liability and cargo insurance coverage. I recommend a grant of the petition and reinstatement in the new company name. Under docket 32901, petition of Zach Bailey Trucking LLC to recommence operations under motor carrier certificate F5150. That certificate was suspended at the request of Zach Bailey Trucking for a period of 1 year by commission order dated April 4th, 2024. I recommend a grant of their request to recommence operations under certificate F5150. Moving on to page 3, under docket 33454, show cause proceeding for Wiley Energy Services, Inc. of Bowling, Alabama, for failure to respond to audit inquiries for 2024 Unified Carrier registration. Prior to the scheduled hearing, the company provided the required documentation and paid the correct UCR registration fee. I recommend the issuance of an order dismissing Wiley Energy Services, Inc. from the proceeding. Under dockets C 20945 and 22259, the petition of Wade Services, Inc. for cancellation of motor carrier certificate C 2135. Motor carrier certificate C 2135 was revoked by commission order dated May 7th, 2024, due to the petitioner's failure to acquire current vehicle registration. I recommend the reinstatement of motor carrier certificate C 2135 for the sole purpose of canceling that certificate in good standing. And I recommend a grant of the cancellation as requested. My last item is under docket 33455, Alabama Public Service Commission versus delinquent companies. So the show cause proceeding established to address the failure of numerous entities to pay inspection and supervision fees for fiscal year 2023, despite numerous notices. A show cause hearing was held on May 16th, 2024 in this matter to give those entities an opportunity to appear and show cause why their respective certificates should not be revoked for their failure to pay the required fees. I recommend the issuance of an order revoking certificates of the entities that have not paid the required INS fees and did not appear at the May 16th, 2024 show cause hearing. Said entities may achieve reinstatement upon a payment of $100 for each month the required fees are delinquent. I further recommend that all entities that have now paid INS fees be dismissed from this proceeding.
So moved.
Second.
Yes.
Commissioner Odom.
Yes.
Commissioner Beaker.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
I have 3 items, and I'm going to take them each individually, if that's all
Okay.
right.
Yes.
First up is docket 33470, application of Unity Fiber Gulfco LLC for certificate to provide telecommunication services in the state of Alabama. A hearing was held on May 16th, 2024, in which Commission staff participated. I recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
Yes.
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 Next, we have docket 33459. It's application of Mid-South Alabama LLC for certificate to construct, own, operate, lease, manage, and control intrastate pipeline facilities. A hearing was held on May 16th, 2024, in which commission staff and the AG's office participated. I recommend approval.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Kavanaugh.
Yes.
Commissioner Odom.
Yes.
Commissioner Beaker.
Yes.
And lastly, docket 33350, an investigation proceeding to consider the noncompliance of Fern Park Apartments and other similarly situated gas pipeline master meter operators with the gas pipeline safety regulations enforced by the commission. This proceeding was established by a vote at the commission meeting in April of 2023 and expanded in June of 2023. Show cause hearing was held on August 22nd, 2023, with Berry Housing Authority as a participating party. At the show cause hearing, Berry was showed to be in non-compliance with the commission's rules and regulations, but was willing to work towards compliance. In September of 2023, Berry was fined $50,000 to be waived if compliance was reached within 90 days. If Berry failed to become compliant within 90 days, an additional fine of $1,000 per day would be assessed. The commission reserved the right to amend the time periods. On February 1st, 2024, Berry requested the initial 90 days be extended by 60 days. That request was granted. Per commission order dated November 6, 2023, once an operator reached full compliance, the operator was directed to contact commission staff with the Gas Pipeline Safety Division to initiate an inspection to verify full compliance. Once commission staff determined full compliance had been obtained, the operator was directed to file a petition under this docket to seek a formal finding of compliance and dismissal from the proceeding. Berry Housing Authority has filed for dismissal from this proceeding. Commission staff has inspected and confirmed compliance with the Commission's November 6, 2023 order. I recommend a finding of compliance with Commission's November 6, 2023 order, dismissal from this proceeding, and the $50,000 fine waived for Berry Housing Authority.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Kavanaugh.
Yes.
Commissioner Odom.
Yes.
Commissioner Vickery.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioners, I have one item on behalf of Judge Garner that I'd like to present. It's docket 32382. Consistent with the requirements of the Certificate of Convenience and Necessity granted in docket 32382, Alabama Power Company is proposing two 15-year energy purchase agreements in connection with two solar projects known as Saturn 1 Solar and Saturn 2 Solar. The projects will be constructed, owned, operated, and maintained by E.G. Saturn 1 LLC and E.G. Saturn 2 LLC, respectively. Both projects are 79.9 megawatts each. Detailed project information was submitted to the Alabama Public Service Commission staff on May the 1st, 2024. As part of its proposal, the company is also requesting approval of one contract for renewable subscription program between Alabama Power and Walmart, Inc. Walmart has subscribed to 100% of the environmental attributes yielded by the Saturn 1 solar project. The staff has reviewed the information provided by the company together with other information obtained throughout the review process and has determined that the Saturn 1 and 2 solar projects meet the criteria specified in the certificate granted in docket number 32382. The staff likewise finds the Walmart participation contract to be in furtherance of the objectives set forth in the Commission's order granting certification in this cause. If the energy purchase agreements and participation contract with Walmart are approved by the Commission, the Saturn 1 and 2 solar projects are expected to commence commercial operation on or before June 1st, 2027. Staff from the Legal Division and the Electricity Policy Division personnel recommend approval of the proposed Saturn 1 and 2 solar projects, as well as the accompanying participation contract with Walmart for the Saturn 1 project.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Kavanaugh.
Yes.
Commissioner Odom.
Yes.
Commissioner Vickery.
Yes.
The only other items I have are for presentation are those reflected on the administrative agenda. I recommend approval of all of those items.
So move.
Second.
Commissioner Kavanaugh.
Yes.
Commissioner Odom.
Yes.
Commissioner Vickery.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam President. That's all I have.
Thank you. Does anyone have any other new business to come before the commission today? With there being no other new business to bring before the commission in closing, let me remind you that our next regularly scheduled monthly meeting of the Alabama Public Service Commission will be on July the 2nd of 2024. Let me remind you now to turn your phones back on so as not to miss a call. And with there being no further business, happy Father's Day to the fathers in the room. We stand adjourned.